Today we will be focusing on the element of line. You'll receive a template just like this one and create 17 original line drawings. Before you get started, I want you to refer back to the line worksheet that we went over and look at the different types of lines that you can choose from. When you think of line drawings, think of the adult coloring book where you have lots of different patterns that make up a drawing. Try to get creative. Look at a few examples from adult coloring books. There's zigzags, there's cross-hatching, there's horizontal lines and vertical lines, there's swirls. You can get creative with these patterns. I would suggest grabbing your sketchbook and doing a couple just very small, very simple drawings that you might want to incorporate in your final template that I gave you. That way, when you're doing your final, then you are happy with every single pattern that you create. As I'm going through these sketches, I'm trying to determine which lines should I make thicker, which lines should remain thin. I might use my fine tip Sharpie and then my thicker Sharpie to go over some of the areas. I want it to be interesting. I don't want just to have two different lines and call it a pattern. I'm trying to think of how to be creative and use variety in my work. After I've sketched out several different ideas, it's time for me to return to my template and incorporating those lines into my work. I may or may not go back to my sketchbook. I do want to be happy with the end result, so I don't want to make any marks unless I am confident on what I am creating. So just keep that in mind as you're doing your final drawings in all of these 17 different shapes. As you can see, I am almost done filling in every shape with a different pattern. This last shape, I am adding thicker lines to give more interest to my design, and I really am trying really hard to have clean lines, take my time, not rush it at all. So with some of these lines, I went back to my sketchbook, to make sure that I was happy with the lines that I was creating, the patterns that I was creating, to come up with this interesting composition. Okay, now that you've seen what I'm expecting, I want you to get those sketchbooks out, work out those patterns, and then get started. I'm so excited to see what you come up with. I'm excited to see how the composition turns out when you're completely done. Have fun.